Back at it again, and we've got to talk about this because this is huge. Democrats are in trouble, and Trump just I mean, the good news for Trump just it doesn't cease to roll in. It's just more and more good news for Trump rolling in on a daily basis, and we're about to talk about it. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And before we get into that, before we dive into that, I want to let you guys know this is a BLM leader that we are about to check out here. I believe his name is Mark Fisher. Yes, Mark Fisher. He is a co-founder and former senior director of the Rhode Island Black Lives Matter. Okay. He's on a show with Kim Iverson. He's on the Kim Iverson show. Shout out to Kim Iverson. And yeah, let's dive in.
You, a BLM leader, and you're now endorsing Donald Trump, saying he's the best candidate we have. Why do you think he is the best candidate that we have?
Because everybody else sucks.
So is he just the best of a bad group? I mean, is he not that great either, but he's just like better than the rest?
Well, I like Trump, personally. And I think right now who we have sitting in the Oval Office is just a deep disappointment. I deeply have disdain for him, and I really dislike the vice president as well.
What is it that why do you not like them versus like Donald Trump? I would imagine you're alone in this. Do you feel alone in this viewpoint in the world that you're in, being in the BLM movement?
No. Listen, I feel like the tide is starting to turn. I feel like a lot of Black people are starting to pivot off of that Democratic plantation for so long. We've been slaves to that party. Actually, we've been mental slaves, afraid to get off of that plantation because, we've been used and abused for so long at that party. They don't value our vote. Their policies are basically racist policies. And I believe it's a racist party that strikes at the heart of the Black family and the nuclear family in general. And I believe Donald Trump he's the opposite. He's going to tell you how it is. He's going to give it to you straight. He's not going to, be a hypocrite and stab you in the back like the Democratic Party loves to do.
There's definitely, that.
Yeah. BLM leader endorsing Donald Trump. You heard that correctly. And I do agree with him when he says that, a lot of Black folks are saying, you know what? I'm out. I'm leaving. This whole narrative that, I could never vote Republican, like that's just absolutely ridiculous stuff. Why can't I? What have I gotten in exchange for my vote with you, Democrat Party? What have I gotten in exchange? We've all been voting for y'all for like the last 60 years, and what have we gotten in exchange for it? Every election season, y'all come out, you fearmonger us, you tell us we gotta show up, and we show up. It's like we pull up to McDonald's, right? We make our order, we tell you what we need, what we want. We show up and give you our vote, we pay for our food at the next window, and we show up to receive our food, and y'all look at us and be like, oh, well, Republicans, they did that X, Y, and Z. We got you next time. Would you keep pulling up to McDonald's if they said, oh, well, Burger King took all the buns, we got you next time? Would you keep pulling up to McDonald's? Now, that's just an example. I'm not saying that's what McDonald's does. I'm just throwing something out into the air. I'm not saying McDonald's does this, okay? Let me make that clear. But would you keep pulling up to an establishment that pointed the finger at another establishment after you already paid? No, you wouldn't. So why do we keep showing up to the Democrat Party then? I'm just saying. And it shows within these polls. And Donald Trump, he actually lays it out perfectly here. Check it out.
I'm the only person in history that got indicted that saw about a 30% rise in my poll numbers. Usually,
because we all see it's BS.
We were doing fine before. Usually you get indicted, you're a politician, you get indicted, and about within 5 minutes you're at a microphone I've decided I will go home to my family, and I will be with my family, and I will fight for my name and my reputation. Okay, you know, all that. And that's the end. That's the last time you ever hear from the poor person. With me, it's like, I said, how are we doing? Sir, your poll numbers went up 14 points today. You know why? Because I explain it to people, and they get it. This is a political opponent hitting his political opponent. And it's never happened in this country before. It has happened in many other countries, third world nations, banana republics. But the people get it.
Yes, we definitely do get it. Black people included. I mean, and like you said there, you see it in the polls. And unfortunately, well, depending on how you look at it, unfortunately or fortunately, it seems Joe just doesn't get it at all. Check out Peter Doocy asking him a nice little question here.
Why do you think it is that you're trailing Trump in all these swing state polls?
Because you don't read the polls. There are 10 polls. 8 of them I'm beating him in those states. 8 of them. You guys only do 2. CNN and New York Times. Check it out. Check it out. We'll get you a copy of all those polls.
You don't believe you're trailing in battleground states?
No, I don't.
Why do you...
You know, part of me thinks that the aides around Biden like shelter him and don't show him, you know, what's actually going on in the real world. They just show him what he needs to know. Because let me show y'all something here. So, according to polls, the latest polls, this is what the 2024 electoral map will look like. Yeah. I mean, Wisconsin, you know, what's going on in Wisconsin, fam? I'm gonna need y'all to step it up. Step it up. Step it up. What y'all doing? Okay. But yeah, 311 to 227. You got it right there. All right. Next, you got this poll. Trump up by 4 amongst independents. Trump up by 8 amongst likely voters. Trump up by 2. GOP. Trump up by 42. Another poll. Amongst registered voters, Trump up by 4. Amongst likely voters, Trump up by 2. Yahoo Gov, Trump up by 2. Biden beating Haley by 2. Trump up by 39. Head-to-head between Trump and Haley, Trump up by 48. Generic ballot, GOP or Dems, GOP up by 2. I mean, and it just continues and continues. Fox News, Trump up by 4, Haley up by 11, DeSantis up by 5, Trump up by 6. When you add in RFK Jr., Cornel West in the crew, right? When you substitute Joe Manchin in, Trump is still up by 5, right? He loses 1 point, I guess, because Joe Manchin, I guess. That's interesting. Trump up by 5, Trump up by 4, Trump up by 2, Trump up by 1. I mean, it's poll after poll after poll after poll. I mean, look. Come on now. Come on now. Like, are you kidding me? Are you joking? You got to be joking. But Biden says he's up in what polls? What polls? But even beyond that, you have someone who before used to hate Trump he's actually come around now. And the person that I'm talking about is Michael Rappaport, who is I guess a comedian, right? But I'm sure you guys have seen clips because he's actually gone viral for them where he's, you know, talked crap about Trump. You know, last election, he kind of tried to take a dump on Trump, like, hey, you lost, blah, 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 you know, doing the whole thing. Well, now he says he'll actually vote for Trump. And I think this is really, really big because I think it represents where a lot of people are that used to be either Democrat voters or never Trumpers. They're now turning around, they're circling back, they're doubling back and saying, you know what? Actually, I'll vote for that guy. Check it out.
There's been other things too. There's other times where I'm sure, like, for staying Donald Trump, who I had conversations with, I might vote for that motherfucker. Oh yeah, I'll break your hearts. Let me tell you something. Things don't get straightened up in this world ASAP. And I know Smoking Joe has said the right thing about Israel. But when I'm seeing motherfuckers in New York City climb in public in front of crowds of people, rip down UN flags, rip down Israeli flags, rip down American flags on Veterans Day, when the economy is the way the economy is, when I'm paying mortgage rates up the wunk up, I mean, I'm getting, forget a colonoscopy. You don't need to get a colonoscopy. Go buy a house. The interest rates, go buy a car. And I know Smoking Joe has done some things for I know. But I'm telling you right now, go buy yourself, go check what it's like to buy a car. Buy a house. The money. The chaos in this country. The chaos around the world. But I'm too far down the Gringo Mandingo. I'm too far down the disruptive warrior rabbit hole to pull back now. The comments have been made, I said. I've had conversations with some of my... If it comes down to pig Donald Trump and Smoking Joe Biden, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Voting for pig Donald Trump is on the table. I'm sorry. I'll still call him slob Donald Trump, pig Donald Trump, and all that. But we need to get this whole situation under control.
And that's why I've said time and time again, you know, when we have been looking at crazy situations going on, the border crisis, you know, you got people in Chicago screaming and yelling at their local leaders. You got people in New York screaming at their local leaders. When you look at the addiction crisis, like I said, the border crisis, you know, inflation, I'm honestly happy that it's happening for one reason and one reason only. It proves we were correct. You elect these fools into office and you will pay. And you will pay dearly. And people have. And now you have people realizing, oh crap. Oh no. These guys are actually really terrible. Republicans are actually right. They are terrible. They lied to us. They lied to us when they said the adults are back in the room. They lied. Now we see. Like, this is for what I think is happening is people, the wake up call that I got when I began this journey, towards the beginning of this journey, right, is the wake up call that people are getting now. Now, it happened in a different form. It happened in a different way. My wake up call happened due to my own, right, checking out new stuff, hearing both sides, listening to both sides, hearing what it is that they have to say. Right, you guys have watched the entire journey. It's all here documented right here on the channel. They're having their awakening moment as well. It's just happening in a different way. It's happening because now the problems that we told them about are happening on their doorstep. Now they get to feel it. We don't just have to tell them about it. They get to feel it. Feeling something is a whole lot different than somebody just bumping their gums about it. Now you actually get to see, oh man, old boy just got Pine Box 2 houses down. Like, this stuff wasn't happening. Oh no, another one happened too. Oh no. I can't afford to move. I can't afford to go anywhere. Prices around here too high. Groceries too high. So I can't afford to leave the area. Now I'm scared to go outside the house late at night when I just want to go get some food or something. You know, late night munchies or whatever. I can't even leave the house because crime is rampant and prices are too high for me to move. This wasn't happening under Trump. And we sitting back like, we told you. But, you know, I don't want to gloat on that too much. Once again, as I have been doing recently, I would like to extend an olive branch to our Democrat brothers and sisters and say, join us. Join us on the Republican side of the political aisle, and things will get better. Y'all thought we were lying when we told you, hey, it's gonna get terrible if you elect these folks. You didn't believe us. Believe us this time around. It will get better when Republicans retake office. I'm just saying. And at the end of the day, you know, it's crazy how the media always portrays Trump as this horrible, terrible, no good, very bad person, but they never show clips like this. And I'll end this video right after this short clip, but I wanted to show this because The media never shows videos like this of Trump. It's always, oh, yeah, horrible, terrible, no good, very bad Trump. Trump bad, Trump bad. Show stuff like this.
You still need help from the boss. We need help from the boss. That's what happened. We need help. All right? Yeah, we need help. It's all right to say it. Now, they'll criticize me for that. How dare he say that? How dare he say that? No, I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say it. Somebody said to me the other day, you're the most famous person in the world by far. I said, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. They said, yes, you are. I said, no. They said, who's more famous? I said, Jesus Christ. I'm not taking any chances. I'm not going to have an argument. Hey, I'm not having any arguments. Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir. Jesus Christ. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, it's interesting that a lot of people, especially people on the left, have never seen clips like that of Trump. Ever. And they're all over the place. They're all over the place. But mainstream media will never portray Trump in that kind of light. Of course not. And it's a shame. So, yeah, man, this stuff is absolutely gotten ridiculous. But like I said, I'm happy it's happening because we've been proven correct once again. But as always, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.